Hey guys, Larry here, and today I want to discuss whether or not Hero should be banned. So about a week ago, South Australia decided to ban Hero. Typically, when a community decides to ban a character, it's because they possess overpowered abilities with little to no drawbacks that make them far superior to everyone else. Pretty much, as a competitor, you're at a significant disadvantage if you don't use this character. Another reason you'd want to ban a character is if they possess a highly unavoidable glitch that can completely alter the way the game is played. Hero doesn't do any of those things. The reason South Australia banned him, and why many other people want him banned, is because his gameplay is heavily centered around RNG. Now, you might be asking, what's wrong with that? There are a lot of characters who have RNG, such as Peach's Turnips, Game & Watch's Judgment, and Luigi's Misfires. While this might be true, there is a clear difference between their RNG and Hero's. His down B, called Command Selection, gives him access to over 20 moves that do different things. You get to choose one of 4 spells that are randomly available to select. If you're lucky and got the spell you wanted, you could be granted a heavy advantage or just win the game. Of course, there are some downsides to using this move. While you're scrolling through the command selection, you cannot move. In order to move again without using a spell, you have to either shield, jump, or get hit, which cancels the screen. The spells that were available previously on command selection will not show up the next time you use it. He also has an MP bar that he has to effectively manage in order to use all of his B moves. If he doesn't have enough MP, he will not be able to use his spells. A lot of people's answers to Hero's spells seem to be just shielded, but of course there is counterplay to that. His smash attacks have the ability to land a critical hit. You have a 1 in 8 chance of this happening, and if it does, he can kill incredibly early. On top of that, Hero's smash attacks become more safe on shield and do more shield damage. If you combine this with his spells Oomph or Psych Up, which are moves that increase his damage output, it makes it easier for Hero to get a shield break. He also has a spell that breaks shield called Hatchet Man, and one that can be blocked called Kamikaze. Hatchet Man is fairly slow, so unless you're just not expecting it, or if you're inputting something already, you should be able to avoid it. Kamikaze, while being an unblockable kill move, will make Hero self-destruct. If both players are on their last stocks, Hero will die first. There is another spell that can potentially break shields, which is definitely one of his best moves, called Magic Burst. This spell creates a large explosion which is active for a considerable amount of time. It uses up all of your MP, but becomes stronger depending on the amount of MP spent on it. If the opponent is nearby you and in a disadvantaged state when you get this spell, there is a very good chance you will be able to close the stock. He has 2 spells that can kill you at 0% called Thwack and Thwack. Though this is possible, the chance of this happening is incredibly low. I think it's about 1%. The chance of these 2 moves killing rise as the opponent's percent increases. Fortunately, this can be avoided by being blocked, reflected, or dodged. Regardless of this being avoidable, it does not negate the fact that it can happen, and if the hero is lucky enough to get this in his command selection, he may be able to combo or set up into it. Here's my favorite part about Hero, and I'm being legitimately serious. He has this spell in his command selection called Hocus Pocus, where something random happens. Unfortunately, there is a pretty big chance this spell will backfire on him, because he has a chance of falling asleep, getting a flower put on his head, getting poisoned, becoming slow, becoming tiny, or losing all of his MP. On the positive side, you could become invisible, gain invincibility, become giant, and regain all of your MP on top of getting a chance of using any of your spells. Competitively, you probably don't want to use this move unless you like to gamble, which, I mean, you're using Hero, so you probably are going to gamble. Aside from the RNG factor, he's still a pretty solid character. Definitely not as good without it, but solid nonetheless. So, should Hero be banned? Honestly, this is something I've been on the fence about, but I'm leaning more towards no. He has an anti-competitive element to him, but I don't think it's that severe to the point where we're going to get a bunch of random heroes consistently upsetting top players. I've talked to a lot of people about Hero, and the vast majority of them have said that he is one of the most fun characters to play in the game. It's really unfortunate that a character that's so uniquely designed and isn't overpowered would get so much hate. So, Do you think Hero should be banned? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.